The Whispering Well. There are some places in every village that people talk about in hushed voices. Old banyan trees with twisted roots, paths no one walks after sunset. And wells. Yes, wells. Deep, stone-ringed holes in the earth. Once a source of life, but sometimes if you listen closely. A voice from below. Nandgaon, the forgotten village. The village of Nandgaon was like many others. Simple, quiet, surrounded by golden fields and guarded by a silent hill range in the east. But at the very edge of Nandgaon, past the mango orchards and the crumbling old temple, stood a well that no one used. It had no pulley, no bucket, just a round stone mouth with a rusted iron fence half fallen over. Children were warned, don't go near the well. It whispers to you, and those who listen don't remain the same. But Meera was not like other children. She was 13, curious, clever, and fiercely stubborn. While others helped in the fields or played with marbles, Meera read the torn old books her grandfather kept hidden in a wooden chest. She believed in reason, not in superstition. So when she heard the tale of the Whispering Well from her cousin one evening, she simply said, "A well that talks? Then it must have something to say." That night, when the moon was thin and the crickets loud, Meera walked to the well alone. The path was narrow, overgrown with grass. The air still and cold. She stood before it, breath shallow, heart racing. And then she listened. Nothing, only wind. She sighed and turned to leave. But just then, a soft voice, barely more than a breeze, echoed up from the darkness. "Meera," she froze. "You are brave. But are you ready to know?" Meera returned the next day, and the next. Each time, the whispers grew clearer. The well never shouted. It simply invited. It told her stories of a time when the well was the center of the village, when people threw coins not for wishes but to give thanks, when a woman named Revdi, a healer, used to sing to the waters, and how one day Revdi disappeared and the well fell silent. She hid something, the well whispered, something precious, but only one with a true heart can find it. But a village has ears. Word spread. Meera was talking to the old well. Her mother scolded her. The priest warned her. Even her friends stopped playing with her. "She's possessed," someone said. "The wells cursed her," said another. But Meera didn't stop. She began to change, waking at dawn, sketching symbols she didn't understand, hearing the whisper even in her dreams. One day, her grandfather, old and tired, called her aside. He opened his wooden chest, not for books, but for something wrapped in red cloth, a small copper locket with ancient carvings. "This belonged to Revdi," he said quietly. "She was your great-great-grandmother." Meera's heart thudded. She wasn't mad, Meera. She was gifted, like you. That night, as lightning cracked and rain began to fall, Meera ran to the well, holding the locket. "I'm ready," she said. The well whispered, "Then come." She climbed down using the old stones, the locket glowing faintly, deeper and deeper. Vet wol, struge echoes. At the bottom, a hidden chamber. Inside, a stone tablet. Symbols matching the ones Meera had drawn unknowingly. As she touched the carvings, a warm golden light filled the chamber, and a voice, not a whisper now, but clear, said, "You have awakened the memory." Meera emerged at dawn, soaked and shaking, but with Revdi's journal in her hands. Inside were herbal remedies, forgotten rituals, and knowledge long buried. She showed her grandfather, then her mother, then the priest. Skepticism turned to silence, silence to belief. Over the months, Meera used the journal to heal the sick, ease fevers, cure livestock. People returned to the well, not with fear, but with flowers. They rebuilt the fence, cleaned the stone, and hung a bell beside it. And Meera became known as the girl who listened, not just to whispers, but to the forgotten, the unseen, the unheard. Years later, when Meera grew old and her hair turned silver, she would sit by the well and teach children, not to fear the unknown, but to respect it. And if they were brave enough to listen, sometimes on quiet afternoons, they too would hear a whisper from deep below saying, "You are brave. You are ready to know."